You build a trip planning agent. To finish a booking, it needs live currency conversion, and the best currency agent lives at another company on a different framework behind a network boundary. You cannot import its code, you cannot read its memory, you cannot call its functions, you don't even know its skills until you ask. A2A is the protocol for exactly this moment. MCP, let your agent reach down to its own tools. A2A solves the orthogonal problem. How one agent reaches across to another independent agent as a peer. They're not rivals, they're different directions. And one word does all the work here: opaque. A2A's central principle is that agents collaborate without exposing their internal logic, memory, or proprietary tools. That single constraint is what makes A2A a protocol and not just a function call. It dictates every design choice that follows. So let's walk the 4 steps. Step 1. Discovery. You can't delegate to an agent you can't describe. So A2A starts with the agent card, a JSON business card advertising who the agent is and what it can do. The canonical way to publish it is at a well-known URL, a plain HTTP gateway, /wellknown/agentcard.json. The card carries the name, the service URL, a version, the security schemes it accepts, and the capabilities it supports like streaming and push notifications. And most important, a list of skills, each with an ID, a description, and example invocations. That skills array is the menu a client reads to decide whether this is even the right agent for the job. Step 2. The task. Once the client picks a skill, it sends a task. And this is the cleanest way to see how A2A differs from a tool call. A tool call is request, then response. Synchronous, stateless, done. A task is a stateful object with a life cycle. It has an ID, a context ID grouping related tasks, a status, and the artifacts it eventually produces. Each message is built from typed paths, text, a file pointer, structured JSON data, or raw bytes. That's what makes A2A modality independent. The same envelope carries a sentence, a spreadsheet, or an image. Step 3. The life cycle. The status walks a fixed set of states, and you do not invent your own. The happy path is submitted, then working, then completed. Along the way, it can pause at input required, where control passes back to the client to supply more, then resume. When it's done, the remote agent returns its results as artifacts, distinct from the conversational messages. Now the gotcha worth memorizing. Once a task is completed, failed, cancelled, or rejected, it is terminal and immutable. You cannot reopen it. A follow-up starts a new task in the same context ID linked back with reference task IDs. That's deliberate. It keeps an auditable, append-only history across organizational boundaries. Step 4. Long-running work. A currency conversion is instant. Render this 90-second video is not. A2A gives the remote agent 2 ways to report progress. Streaming over server-sent events where the client subscribes and the server pushes incremental updates. Fine for live work, but holding a connection open for an hour is fragile. So the second way, push notifications. The client registers a webhook and the remote agent makes server-initiated callbacks when the task updates. No polling, no held open socket. And throughout, one security rule. Auth schemes are declared in the agent card and negotiated like any HTTP API, so credentials are never placed inside the A2A message payload. Now the question that keeps A2A honest, when do you actually need it? Because it isn't free. It's a network hop, a contract, and an auth dance. Reach for a plain in-process call when the subagent is your own code, same process, sharing state. A function call beats a protocol every time you're allowed to make one. Reach for a A2A when the other agent is a separate, independently deployed, opaque service, and you need standardized discovery, async task semantics, and enterprise auth. That boundary is the whole decision. Can I just call its function? A 2A exists for every single time the answer is no.